Hi, everyone. I am Brittany Bristow, and I am joined by my wonderful co star, Marcus Rosner.
Hello.
We are so excited for you to see our new movie, The Love Club, Nicole's Pen Pal. We have a couple of questions that Hallmark Channel has sent our way. So we will be answering those, and I guess we'll just get started. So, first question. The Love Club, Nicole's Pen Pal follows four best friends who make a pact to always be there for each other. What is it that brings them together? I guess I can answer that one. So I'd like to say Nicole does. I'm kidding. They they meet up at a New Year's party 10 years before this movie starts. So my character has been stood up. My friend Sydney's been dumped. My friend Lauren has had all of her future plans changed on her. And Tara has been ditched by her online date. So we sort of bond over the fact that we're all going through a little bit of a love crisis, and we find each other and sort of decide to help each other through it. And we decide that we are going to be the love club and we're going to be there for each other whenever our love lives are a mess, and also just whenever we need each other. And 10 years later, it opens up with my character having just gotten engaged and panicking. So she calls on her love club to help her fix her life, essentially.
Beautiful. What an
Thank
answer.
you.
What an answer. Well, I've got a question here. And it goes, and Nicole has always felt connected with her mystery pen pal Josh from college and is
Mhm.
curious if they still have a connection. Can we share how these pen pals end up meeting? Yeah. Why don't I field that, and then you fill in the blanks if I
I
miss
love
anything.
you do.
Honestly,
Believe it.
it's pretty nefarious angle that Nicole takes. I think she basically lies and says that she is the interior decorator assigned to redo the big B&B resort that I'm managing. Shows up under false pretenses, and that is, I guess, that's the gist of it. She's also engaged, which raises a lot of questions, but all of those we're going to ignore. Anything to add there, Bristow?
I love your answer to this. It's so fantastic. She does lie, but I would like to say it's more of an exaggeration of a moment. You know, she's interested in the inn, she has a design eye. She's not going to not do work. She's just not necessarily who you hired.
She seems very excited to be there. Was one thing that grabbed me in my rewatch is she's forgetting about the life at home pretty clearly for the sake of our film, and it works great.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I have another one. Nicole is at a crossroads with her love life, as you touched on, when she starts to feel an attraction towards Josh while being engaged to someone else. If I could give her any relationship advice, what would it be? Whew. Well, she needs it. So I'm going to say honesty is number one. I think Nicole is somebody that's dealing with something that a lot of people have felt in the past where you don't feel like you're in the right place. And she says it right off the top. You know, my gut is saying that this isn't right. And I don't know if it's my gut or just me overthinking. But I think that the most important thing we can do in our relationships is be honest. And the most important thing we can do with that honesty is navigate things in a way that's being open and listening to what it is that we want, but also respecting the people that we're with, even if that means leaving them. So that would be my advice for Nicole. Marcus, do you have any words of wisdom?
You know what? Marcus is not dumb enough to try to give advice to Nicole in this situation. So he's going to move on to his question. Uh, Josh is a successful inn manager who is charmed by Nicole when she helps him redecorate. Can we each share a favorite scene we enjoyed filming? Why don't you lead off, and I'll bring up the rear on this one.
Okay. Um, I personally loved the scene where we are bonding and having pizza around the fire. We did have a couple of mishaps with that, but it was a really fun scene, and I got to eat all the pizza in the world. And even though it was cold pizza, it was delicious for the most part. we also had to like finagle a gluten-free piece into the pizza so that I could eat it because I have celiac, but I love gluten-free pizza. And that scene was just really sweet. And I think it was a moment of honesty and like just a beautiful chance for our characters to sort of be vulnerable while not giving into anything too much. Like we were both just getting to know each other as people and honoring what it was that we were enjoying about being together. So I really loved that scene.
Yeah, and just to be clear about the mishaps she's speaking about, they were nothing to do with the performance side. They were there were some technical issues, and we lost one of the we lost some of the footage, but they made it work beautifully.
Yeah,
just to defend
we almost had to reshoot it, and I was like, "Listen, more pizza."
Yeah,
I'm fine.
We did almost have to reshoot it, and we were game. We were game.
We were.
Some of my favorite scenes. Oddly, we just did like this little montagey bit in one of the wings of the inn that we were meant to be revamping, and they weren't even like real scenes, but they were just really fun. They were little tidbits, and they gave us the opportunity to find little moments, little things like that aren't really scripted or broken down, are always fun because you're just kind of free to discover. And we just made little fun bits of them, which was fun. So
yeah, I really liked that part too, actually, looking back on it. Okay, so me next. When Nicole starts to spend more time with Josh, she realizes he might not be the perfect guy from the letters. How do her friends in the love club support her? Well, I'm going to go ahead and say some of them do not, and some of them do. I think ultimately they all support her by being open and honest with her about how they're feeling about the situation. They sort of bring a certain amount of honesty to the fairy tale she's kind of creating in her head. I think, you know, there's something about following your gut, and then there's also something about paying attention to the facts. And while she's developing real feelings for this person, she sought him out because of the letters. So, you know, you've got Sydney, who is a hopeless romantic alongside Nick, who really thinks that there is space for giving people chances. There's Lauren, who's a little unsure because, you know, she's going through her own ups and downs in her love life. And then there's Tara, who doesn't really believe in love and thinks that she should just shut the whole thing down, give up on everybody, and go home. And so she kind of has these 4 different aspects of how she's looking at it, including her own, that sort of help her navigate what the right moves are, and inevitably do help her figure out that the most important thing that she needs to do is just honor what she wants to do in her life. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You know your characters so well, Brittany.
Thank you so much. I tried.
I'm like, I should expand more. Okay, I'm going to expand on this one. Okay. We'll see. There are many fun moments in the movie between our characters. From indulging in a pizza by the fire to going on a bike ride. Are there any fun behind-the-scenes stories we can share? Yeah, probably. And
I have one.
Yes, please. Thank you. Go.
Okay, so there is a scene near the end of the movie where our character, well, not kind of near the end of the movie, where our characters are having a bit of we're not seeing eye to eye entirely, and I am going to a spa to get a massage, and don't need to go into that. Just watch the movie; you'll love it. And then as I'm leaving the spa, we were shooting it, and I think I've told this story before because I think it's the funniest thing on the planet. But I interact with you, Marcus, and then I spin to turn and walk out of the spa. And on the very first take, I spun so fast and walked so fast that I smashed my whole head directly into the camera. And I shook the camera so hard that they were worried that the camera was broken, and also that maybe my face was busted. But neither of those things were true, and we just started all over again. But I could not stop laughing because I smashed my face so hard, and I still want that footage if there's anyone out there that can get it for me.
Brittany's a very committed performer in all aspects, and it makes for a beautiful performance. Fun. You know what? We were shooting in this idyllic little town. I think it was called New Hamburg, if I remember right. And we were at this B&B that you see in the film and there was like literally like a little pond across the street, and there was an ice cream shop and a pizza shop, and it just felt like a little summer camp. And we all would get ice cream and stuff. I don't know. These movies are always fun to just spend a few weeks at, because they do feel like summer camp. But this one especially felt, especially with the expanded cast, like all the other ladies. Yeah, I don't know. It was just a really nice time. That's not really a fun story, is it? But
well, it is. We ate ice cream. It was beautiful. It's such a good story, Marcus. I love it. Okay. I do agree. It did feel a little summer campy. It was very fun.
Thank you.
Okay. So viewers have seen us star in other Hallmark movies, but this is the first time we've worked together. Hopefully not the last. Definitely not the last. Definitely. Putting it out. What was our favorite thing about playing Nicole and Josh?
You want me to go? Yeah. I liked. You know what? He's not super honest for a lot of the film, and that was a fun new perspective on these, because you often, sometimes with these films, the female character has this nice arc, and then the male character is sort of just like a nice, cool dude. He's got all the answers, and then sort of still has all the answers by the end. Maybe there's like a little miscue where they get off base, but this one's really, as I was reading it, I full disclosure, I got through the first 25 and I was like, yeah, this is kind of par for the course. And then after that, I was like, I have no idea what's going to happen next. It's like, am I the good guy? I don't even know, but I'm intrigued. And so, yeah, there's lots of secrets, and it makes for a lot of fun. So that was really interesting. It was fun to try to find the angle where Josh is kind of lying because he still has a good heart and it's coming from a good place, and he just really wants something, and hopefully the audience can forgive him for that. Yeah, that was fun to play.
Yeah, I think I had a similar feeling with Nicole, to be honest. It was interesting playing somebody who is sort of battling internally with what she wants, and knowing that she has this sort of fairy tale idea of this past person that she's never met, and playing somebody who was actually in a relationship, who was trying to see, what this was going to look like and what her life could look like if she actually put in the time to find somebody that she couldn't stop thinking about, was interesting for me because, like you said, you play the characters that are the good guy. And for me, it's often I'll play the girl who's got, time for love and wants it, or doesn't have time for love and isn't looking for it. But with Nicole, she doesn't really have time for love, but she's searching for it anyways. She's got a crazy killer career that she's working so hard for, and she's with somebody who's not really supportive in the right ways. And so it was interesting finding those like fine balance moments of giving into the feelings she was developing for Josh, while also playing that there is this side of her that's feeling guilty for what she's doing, and feeling that like uneasiness inside of herself for not being open and honest with this person that she's sort of left behind. But in that like space of making excuses for it, has also been sort of forgotten about in terms of what it is she wants by this person who doesn't really have the time or the space for her. So it was an interesting thing to sort of try to balance those. And I think we found a lot of really interesting moments where, both the characters are leaning into something and then they sort of snap out of it, or they have a moment where they have to like go be honest with themselves. And that was really fun to play.
It was also just all these, having all the leading ladies on set and sort of, I mean, there's multiple scenes where I was thinking, well, this is kind of a new feeling for one of these movies from my perspective, where I'm sort of being interrogated by the group, or I'm like conspiring with them. And like, it felt like this little girl gang that I got to like be a surrogate member of for the duration of our movie.
She's an honorary member of the Love Club.
Yeah.
Fully believe that. Okay, so Marcus, you are about to star in the new Hallmark Channel show Ride, and I want to hear about it. So, without giving any spoilers, can you tell us a little bit about your character, whose name is Austin?
Well, thank you for asking, Brittany Bristow. Yeah, I'm going to be appearing in Hallmark's Ride. I play a character named Austin McMurray, who's sort of, well, he's described as the LeBron James or the Tom Brady of bull riding. And so I am the eldest brother of the McMurray family, and this big local hero, superstar, bull rider guy. Yeah, I am. Yeah, that's kind of. I think that's all I can say, to be honest. But
Oh, it sounds so good.
yeah, that's who I
It
am.
sounds awesome. I want to see it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to watch the premiere.
Nicole and Josh's letters helped helped each other connect in college. What do we hope viewers will connect with while watching our movie, Brittany?
Oh, that's a big question. I hope that the viewers connect with the idea that hope is never lost. If you have something you want to achieve, if you have something you want to do with your life, if there's something you've always dreamed of or wanted for yourself, that if you're willing to go out there and put yourself out there and be vulnerable, that space will always exist for you. Obviously, do it in good ways. Don't lie to people to make it happen. But that, there's always hopefulness, and there's always opportunities to find those missing pieces that we all hope to find, if that makes any sense at all.
That makes perfect sense.
Thank you. Okay, cool.
Perfect Bristow answer.
Thank you.
Now here comes the Rosner answer. What do I hope people will connect with while watching our movie? Engagement isn't official. You're just testing the water. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, I liked your thing about hope. That was really great. Maybe
You can say that.
friends more often than once every. How long has it been since when you guys get together? It's been like 10.
Well, it's 10 years since we vowed to be the Love Club, but
okay.
we firmly believe that these girls get together as often as humanly possible. I mean, Sydney and Nicole live close, and they're definitely the cheesiest ones. So they're like probably hanging out to watch, I don't know, like Days of Our Lives or something together on weekdays when they're homesick from work or whatever.
How about this? Nurture your longtime friendships because they become very important at critical moments in your life.
That is a gold star answer, Marcus. Gold star.
Shall we rapid fire?
Love it. Yes. Okay. Rapid fire game. I love this one, but it always makes me nervous. Okay. So to wrap up our live chat, we have our own rapid fire game of this or that inspired by the Love Club, Nicole's pen pal. So we can both answer. I shall go first. Pizza or chocolate?
Pizza.
Pizza.
I do not like chocolate. You got pizza? Okay, great. Well, that was why our scene went so well. Yeah, I'm not big on chocolate. I don't know what to tell you. It's not, yeah.
I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
So, okay.
I can't think of anything.
Okay, manage an inn or be an interior designer?
Interior designer.
Yeah, interior designer for me too. I don't need to manage an inn. It is interior. I like. It's an artist's perspective, interior decorating. Managing an inn is a lot of logistics and stuff.
Yeah, it's too much. Yeah. I just want to make things look pretty. Okay, go bike riding or stroll through a new town?
Go bike riding through a new town. That's
an answer. I like that answer. Mine was going to be stroll through a new town, but bike riding through a new town also sounds way better. So
yeah, I kind of cheated.
I'll forgive you.
Okay, as long as there's a new town involved, I think that would be
same.
Our consensus. Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Rom-com movies or rom-com novels?
Movies.
Yeah, movies. I don't think I've ever read a rom-com novel.
I have.
You have?
About that, I was like, have I have, but I've definitely watched way more rom-com movies, and I feel like you just get to like be a part of the world in a way different way.
Yeah, the joy of rom-coms is a lot of like beautiful scenery, and there's a tone that really connects in a warm way. You know, it's like the opposite of an isolating experience, which reading a book can sometimes be.
Yeah. Also, you have to like
Um,
the ending when you're reading a book, but when you're watching the movie, like 2 hours, maybe 3 if it's a really long movie.
that's a great point. That's why I haven't read a book in like 5 years.
Okay, write letters or receive letters.
Oh, receive letters.
This is the first time we are different, Marcus. I like to write letters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You should write me letters.
Okay. Wait, should we be pen pals?
I guess so. Yeah, let's do that. Sure. Let's get off the actual 21st century thing that we're doing here, and
Yeah.
we'll go back to pen and paper. Staycation or spend the day at the spa?
This one's hard for me. I feel like spend a day at the spa, but like not alone. I would want to like my husband and I will go to the spa for a day. That's lovely. A staycation's nice, but sometimes it feels nice to pamper yourself.
Yeah. I mean,
But
staycation, you can stay home. I mean, not everybody can stay home anytime. I'm actually not one of those people that can stay home ever, really. But so day at the spa, I would say, regardless. Yeah. I like a good massage, and I like sitting by the little pool, and
there's a sauna involved.
yeah. Even the ones they have like jets, but they're a different combination of jets, and you walk along, and then they shoot on different muscles, and yeah, it's hydrotherapy or something like that. It's called.
That sounds very fancy, and I would like to know what spas you're going to because clearly I'm not going to the right ones.
It was in Bali, and I was given a package from an Oscar gifting suite that I don't know why they let me into, but so yeah.
I think I'm jealous for you now. So.
that's my flex for the.
Enjoy yoga or a massage, which I know your answer already.
Yeah, massage for sure. What about you? Massage? Okay. Yeah. Do you do yoga?
I have. Not actively, but I do love yoga. Just sometimes I find it really frustrating when you haven't done it for a long time and you're trying to do some pose that you've never done before and you suddenly are a pretzel and everything's confusing and you're upside down and everything hurts. So I will choose massage all day, every day.
It's a low-key intimidating environment because you're in a class and you're often the least experienced person in the class. And for me, I'm like the weakest at the poses that they're all doing all the time. I go with my wife once in a blue moon, but I always walk out feeling very ashamed at my inflexibility and weakness with planks and downward dogs and all that.
Yeah, I'm with you. Definitely massage for me. Okay, so we're the same on all of them except for write letters or receive letters.
I think we definitely have pen pal potential.
We do. Look at us go.
Yeah, we'll fill in the blanks over pen and paper.
Exactly. Well, this has been really fun. Thank you so much for joining us. We honestly can't wait for everyone to watch the premiere of The Love Club, Nicole's Pen Pal. It's going to be a very exciting one.
Tune in Saturday, March 4th at 8/7 Central, only on
Hallmark Channel.
Hallmark Channel.
Oh, Marcus, you're funny. You should also tweet along with us and use the hashtag #TheLoveClub, and I will be tweeting with you. So
I will also tweet. So please.
Hey, look at that. Yeah. We'll be virtual pen pals.
There's a big fight on that night, but I'm gonna have 2 TVs. It'll be the fight and it'll be the Love Club.
Listen, you have the Fight Club, you have the Love Club. You can't talk about the Fight Club, but you can talk about the Love Club. Rule
I love it.
Love Club is talk about the Love
Club. Excellent. Okay. Well, thank you, Brittany.
Thank you, Marcus.
It's always fun to hang.
So fun.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.